it feels like it has. So this morning's practice, I want you, if it feels right for you, to just sort of let go, and really work on releasing any tension or any sort of like past pain or experiences that just don't serve you. As we start with our breath work, try and bring that awareness in and that letting go, okay? So let's first find some stillness. Soften the gaze, close the eyes if that works for you. Sit nice and tall. Inhale to fill up the belly. Exhale, draw belly button to spine. Maybe bring one hand to heart, one hand to the lower belly. Looking inward and finding grounding here. With each exhale, we're letting go of what no longer serves us. And maybe we're setting an intention for moving forward. Next inhale, I want you to sweep the arms up and overhead. Interlock the fingers at the top. We press the palms away, really finding that nice stretch in the spine, the shoulders. As we exhale, we're going to flip the palms to face. Rounding the spine, we bring the arms in front. Lower them all the way down. And then flip the palms away. Inhale it up. Exhale. To round in the spine. And just keep flowing through. Warming up the spine here. Getting connected with the breath. All good stuff in the morning. Take a couple more. And then I want you to bring fingertips to the side of the head, so we're not actually touching or grasping here. We're going to inhale, draw the elbows back. Exhale. Round, maybe bring the elbows to touch. As we inhale this time, maybe we can really reach up with the heart center. Gaze up towards the ceiling. One more, maybe we draw the elbows down. And then we're going to bring right fingertips to our side. Inhale the left arm up and exhale, finding that little bend in the elbow. A nice side bend in the body. Giving the chest open to the front. watching that we don't sort of roll forwards or arch back too much. Just find that nice length. Really think about pulling up and over with the left fingertips. One more breath here. Inhale through center, exhale over to the left. One more breath here. Inhale to center, exhale, just shake it off a little bit. And then come to the cat-cow. So now we really start to ramp it up with our warming up. Inhale, drop the belly. The gaze comes up. Exhale. Rounding the spine, really active in the core here, in the glutes. Make sure we have wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips here. Get that strong alignment. Next inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale here. And then on an inhale, we're going to extend the left arm out and bring the right foot back. Now you can either keep the toes on the mat here, or the ball of the foot on the mat, or you can raise the leg up. If we're raising the leg, make sure that the hips remain squared, so we're not trying to open here. Draw that right hip down, suck the lower belly in, engage the abs. Hold here 3 breaths. Exhale. Swapping sides, we'll inhale to either lift or bring the foot to the mat. Extend it out. Really bring awareness to the body, so feel what's going on here. Watch that we're not dipping in the spine. Core engage, the lower abdomen in particular. And glutes here as well, because we're extending at the hip. We're trying to lift this leg up, so definitely firing up the glutes here. Exhale it down. We're going to do it one more time on each side. If you wish, you can take it dynamic and bring knee to elbow. Take it maybe 3 to 5 times. If you kept toes to mat, maybe you want to take the next step and raise the leg, but whatever serves you this morning. Again, bringing it to the other side. And back to your tabletop. And we're going to lift the right knee up, and we're just going to try and draw some circles here. So however big or small the circles you're making are, just check in with the hip here. And even if you're doing small circles, try and still take the leg through its full range here as best as you can, so that we actually do draw a circle. And then take it in the opposite direction as well. When you're ready, switch to the other side. Then we're going to inhale, extend the left leg back, bring the toes to the mat so we create one long line. Maybe you need to come up onto the fingertips of the right hand here, but we're then going to draw the left arm up and over, so we find this sort of lengthy side stretch. We've taken one seated already. Really press the hips through, try not to allow any hip flexion or rolling in the spine. If it's tricky to balance here, creating that line, then bring the right foot towards the back here so you create a slightly more stable base. Inhale, and then exhale. Bring it back to your tabletop. And we do the same on the other side. Reaching with the right fingertips this time. Finding that stretch. Inhale, and then exhale. Come back through your tabletop. We're then going to extend the legs out to the back, coming to our high plank, or variation of if you need the knees down, or you prefer to come down to your forearms, elbows, then that's absolutely fine. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Remember to press the shoulders away from one another. We're looking for protraction here. Core engaged, pelvis slightly tucked. Inhale. Bring the knees wider than the hips, big toes to touch, press it back. The glutes are pressing down into the heels. We're reaching with the fingertips, child's pose, or balasana. One breath here. Inhale, draw the body forward, come back to your high plank. One more time. 3 breaths. As we exhale, we're going to bring the right knee down towards the mat. Find that side stretch again. And then we're going to prep for our side plank. So either you come into it from here, or maybe this is enough for you, just squeezing in the obliques here, that right side of the body. Maybe you take your side plank on your forearm, or you can come with me and take your side plank extended here. So we're in a high side plank. Maybe the left arm comes up. We can lift the left leg to really challenge. We're just going to take 3 to 5 breaths here. Wrist stacked underneath the shoulder. Oh, just lost a balance. Press those hips through, lifting them up. Inhale. And then exhale, press it back into your child's pose, knees wider than the hips. Glutes sink back onto the heels. Or take a variation of child's pose, which is more comfortable for you. Next, inhale, draw the body up. Find that side stretch. So we bring the left knee to the mat, extending the right leg out, right arm reaches overhead. Inhale, and then exhale, prepping for your side plank on the opposite side. So Again, whichever one you're taking, 3 to 5 breaths here. Pressing away from the mat. Try not to let the hips dip down. Inhale. Bring it back through your high plank. And then exhale to lower all the way down to the mat. We're going to come into our Sphinx pose first. So bring elbows underneath the shoulders. Forearms and palms are pressing into the mat. As we inhale, we're opening up the chest, pressing the tops of the feet, the hips into the mat. Exhale. Drop the head, drop the chest slightly. Inhale. Press up, engage the glutes. Exhale. And if it feels pretty comfortable, then you can hold in your Sphinx pose. One more breath here. And then exhale. Make a pillow with the hands. Bring the feet wider than the hips and rock the hips side to side. Option this time to take it through to baby cobra or cobra, or you can stay where you are, whatever feels good for you today. If you're coming for baby cobra, we want palms underneath the shoulders, and we're going to actively draw the upper back off the mat. If you're coming into full cobra, bring the palms slightly back so that either side of the ribs, sort of chest rib area. We're going to inhale, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Remember, we're pressing those hips in as well. Exhale as we find strength in our pose. We're really opening the heart here, so notice the chest is open, the heart center is drawing out and up. So take a bit of time here. Remember that letting go and let the good stuff in. One more breath here. Exhale, lower it down. Once more, we make a pillow with the hands. Rock the hips side to side. And then we're going to build up to our downward dog. So we can inhale, press it up to our high plank. Make sure that our alignment is correct here, wrists underneath the shoulders. Exhale, send the hips nice and high. And bring the feet at a distance that's comfortable for the hips. So for you, that may actually be hip width apart. Generally, that's where we're comfortable. But make sure it feels good for you. Pedal those legs out. Dropping one heel down and then the next. Remembering that we're looking to tuck the lower ribs under, whilst also sending the hips, sending that tailbone up towards the ceiling. Keep pedaling the feet. And when you're ready, on an inhale, we're going to plant the left foot, send the right foot up, nice and high, find that stretch. And then exhale as we bring the foot between the hands, lowering the back knee, and we come to our low lunge. Hips are square here. It's easy for the right hip to want to come forwards because we've brought the leg through, but square those hips, okay? The left side is nice and active to do so. Palms can be at the hips, or we can inhale the arms up and overhead. We're inhaling to reach and lengthen. We're exhaling to ground the hips down towards the mat. Now, if you suffer with knee pain or you've had sort of meniscus injuries in the past, then I would recommend that you keep the knee stacked above the ankle, okay? If that is not a problem for you, then we can bring the knee beyond the ankle. It's not actually, it's not naughty to do, we do it as we go downstairs each day, but it does depend on the stability that you have around the joint. Inhale goes up between the hands. Exhale, bring the fingertips either side of the foot. We're going to come into our runner's stretch now. So if we can actively bring that back foot up towards the glutes, that's great. Maybe take hold with the opposite hand. If you can lift up, then perfect. We can reach forward with the left hand as we find a sort of twist and our runner's stretch here. If not, then keep hold of the mat, keep fingertips to the mat. If the twist is too much, then take hold of the back foot with the same hand or both coming to the back so that we're still facing forward. And again, we're deepening into the stretch here so that we find a stretch in our hip flexors. Really good to give these a nice stretch before we end up sitting down at a desk for most of the day if we're working from home. 2 more breaths here. Exhale to release the foot down with control. Bring the left palm down to the mat this time. Inhale to extend the right arm up, pulling up through the fingertips so that we're not dumping the weight in our left side here, finding that twist. Hugging the right knee in towards us. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Bring the palm down to the mat. Walk the right foot out slightly so we find our lizard. So I've got my both hands on the inside of the right foot now. Hugging that right knee in, there's a tendency for the hip to want to roll out. If it's more comfortable for you to bring the foot onto the outside, then that is okay. But if you can, bring it to lizard. Maybe use blocks here if it is just a bit too much coming to the mat. Lower down to forearms if that serves you today. Again, using the breath here as we inhale, lengthen, exhale, send that breath to the hips. Next inhale, we're going to step it back, downward facing dog. Exhaling as we find our alignment in our dog. Take a moment here, stretch it out a little bit, take some movement. And then when you're ready, inhale the left foot up. Exhaling to bring it between the hands and lowering the back knee. Find your low lunge on the other side. And we'll just take that same sequence. Square the hips. Remember, palms can be at the hips, or we can inhale the arms up and overhead. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to come into our runner's stretch. So the option to inhale, draw the back foot up towards the glutes and take hold with the same hand, maybe the opposite hand, and find that slight twist. Whatever feels most comfortable for you, wherever you feel you get the best kind of stretch. Remember, inhale to lengthen, exhale, send the hips down. Stretch through. If it's really uncomfortable for this back knee, I do recommend that you put something soft underneath it, maybe double your mat, or grab a towel or something. Sorry, I didn't say that on the first go, but I hope you didn't sit there really uncomfortable. Inhale, exhale, release the foot. Bring the right palm down to the mat. We inhale the left arm up, finding our twist in our low lunge. Remember, we're pulling up with the left hand. Gaze can be up towards the fingertips, or looking over to the side. Do whatever's comfortable for the neck. We're not looking to strain. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Left palm comes to the inside of the left foot. Maybe walk the foot out slightly. And then we find our lizard pose. Again, pressing the glutes, pressing the hips down towards the mat. Remember to use your block, or come down to the forearms if you want that deeper stretch today. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Press up and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale to walk the hands towards the feet. Exhale to find your forward fold, maybe a ragdoll here. Inhale, roll up through the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe send the head all the way back at the top. Exhale to find your mountain pose. Inhale, bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Again, soften the gaze or allow the eyes to close. Release the breath. Let go. Maybe bring your intention to mind. Draw the thumbs up to the third eye between the eyebrows. And back down to heart center as we bow our heads, honouring our practice and honouring each other. Namaste.